So upsetty.
So upsetty spaghetti. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, hey. Wow, that was fast.
God, I just saw the twitch in my face, and it was just like.
I asked you guys if you were ready, and you just kept talking, so I thought we were doing a bit.
Countdown. You know,
Where's the countdown?
Would you like a redo?
No, it's fine.
we're here
Okay.
now.
We're here now.
you're that showrunner. Got it.
I am this morning, so. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Hype Goblin channel. Satan, go ahead and start us off with some introductions when you're done giggling.
Hi everyone, welcome to Nexus Adventures. We're back after a little holiday break from last week and we're excited. We're going to do a quick little introduction and then recap for all you people who need to know what happened last session, or you could just go watch it on our YouTubes. But hi everyone, my name is Satan. I'll be your DM for the day. And I have the absolute pleasure of running this game for these people. And with that, we'll start with the one of the amazing people here is going to be Jen. Jen, who are you? And who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Jen. I'll be playing Anthony Silverhorn, the Artificer Barbarian Drow.
Yeah. Next, RJ, our new permanent cast member.
I'm going to be the new permanent cast member until we get a new permanent cast member. Hi, everybody. I'm RJ, but today I'll be playing Rollin Grandbrook, the half-elf sorcerer cleric.
Yes. And last but certainly not least, our lovely host, Sarah.
Hey guys, my name's Sarah. I'll be playing Lucy, the Changeling Wizard Warlock. If you're new here, first off, I'd like to welcome you to my channel again. We are a charity channel in this house, so since we are a viewer-affected game, we like to donate all of that money to charity, as well as all the other money that I bring in via this channel. I take no financial income from anything on Twitch. If you want to give us bits or you want to sub to the channel, there's information on your screen on what that gets you in game. Just let us know which perk you want to use in chat. If you cannot afford in these trying financial times to do that, you can still affect our game with your channel points. Just come hang out with us, build up some channel points, and you can give us things like health potions and natural 20s or natural 1s. And we are forced to use those rolls on our next roll. So you know what? Yep. That's it. That's all I got.
No, it's not, because you get to do the recap.
Right. I have the memory of a goldfish today, and I love you all.
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
That's fair. So do I, boo, and I'm the one running the game.
Okay, so Anthony finally told us all what the little device that the slaveholder did. Turns out it holds people's memories, so we sent it off to the Shantari Islands with Elder Aiden to get that looked at and hopefully to restore May's memories so we can get more accurate information on where sweet little May is from, because we are still looking for their parents. We were led back to the jungle village that we visited before, and our wonderful guide Navara is now guiding us through the jungle, and we've made it to one of the rivers. We have run into a tribe of furbolgs, and we're about to question them as to whether or not they know of May, May's father, or anything having to do with the tribe that May was from. And Anthony's still getting some weird words from a disembodied voice when he does his little meditation. Don't like that. And that is it according to my notes. Did I miss anything, guys?
I think that was it. You met some mushroom people. And nobody woke Lucy up for that.
Right, I didn't have that in my notes because no one woke me up for that. Fun fact, if you only put things that your character knows in your notes, you will not remember them and meta things.
Yeah.
She still has no idea.
Anthony intimidated the mushroom people.
Yeah. There were little scammers.
Thank you for the hydration break, RJ.
Look, Jen.
Gosh, this is the most ADHD intro we have ever had.
Wow. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I love you.
Don't worry, my mess should kick in about an hour into the game.
Mine won't. just have to deal
Uh,
with me. I'm gonna mute
that's
myself.
fine. Uh, I just pulled a muscle, but hey, everyone, we're gonna go back into the game. So sorry. Last we left off, you had spoken to a Firbolg woman that was speaking for her and her small group of people. She said she knew of a Firbolg man that had joined their larger tribe and had come in with some injuries, though he did not speak of what had happened. Um, and she, after giving you guys a look over and a little insightful look, she decided to go get the man, and that's where we left off. Um, So as you wait by the riverbed with the rest of her tribe, and it's fur books of different sizes, different genders, no genders, different fur colors. Some have really pretty spots and patterning. Others have solid color. There's one that has like a fringe that covers their eyes, um, and really like floppy ears. Um, and a wide cow. They all have wide cow-like noses. But you wait a few moments. They're kind of looking at each other, talking in a language you don't understand, and then looking at you, and then talking again. But after a few minutes of waiting, you see the woman come back. She uh, comes back by herself, but she kind of calls back behind her a few steps, and you see a much larger furbolg man. Um, he has a black furred body with a few white spots and uh concerned eyes. You see where the really nice black fur would continue. You see that there is a patch of just skin coming across the shoulder, neck, and face where he maybe had an injury, maybe got burned, something happened. Um, and he does seem to have an eye patch over one eye. And the woman's talking to him in hushed tones, but they eventually come over to you uh, and look at you, and she speaks and she goes, "Is this the person you've been looking for?"
Well, we don't really know. Um, is it alright if I ask your name, sir?
Um, he looks to her for a moment, and she kind of gives a nod and says something again in language that you don't understand. Almost, it has a tone of almost comforting words. In a thicker accent, he looks to you. Uh, my name is Ravish.
Hi, you can call me Ismina. You wouldn't happen to have a son named May, would you?
At the mention of the name May, you see that his one eye that you can see kind of lights up. And his body's now full attention towards you. Yes, I I did.
Lucy's gonna look to the others to see if she should just rip the band-aid off and tell them that they found him.
Would you?
Anthony will kind of go.
I mean, this is your news to bear, love.
Well, we found
Just here
them.
to. Uh,
They're okay.
you found. Where is he? Is he okay? Is he safe?
He's with friends of ours on the Shantari Islands. They're islands to the south. His memory is a bit foggy. They're working on restoring that. I don't know if you would want us to bring him here or you go there.
Mm, What do
Lucy
you mean
just
his
shifts
memory's
awkwardly now.
What do you mean his memory's foggy?
Oh, it would appear that someone took his memories, but we found the device that they may be in. They're working on locating May's memories and restoring them.
And he's safe.
Yes. Very. I'm sorry if you can
Where?
hear my dog's stomach gurgling right now.
That's just one of the furbolgs in the back. Don't worry.
Rollin
Uh,
goes over to help.
I shouldn't have eaten that fish. Um, it's who took him? Who?
A slave trader who is currently in a very deep dark cell that will never see the light of day again.
You hear him murmur something in his native tongue, and he has a a hand kind of covers his face, and he turns. It's strange seeing this large, wide man kind of turn to this woman, and just you kind of hear small crying noises, and she tries to uh comfort him, uh and you hear them speaking quietly, in hushed tones, but the news has hit him very hard. And after after a moment of this, he looks to all you, still watery eyes and tear stained cheeks, where you see like the fur itself, because they do have furry faces, has been stained with water, with tears. Thank you. Would you be if he does not remember?
He remembers where he's from and his name, so it's a promising sign. And I believe he remembered that he had family, so there's hope.
Would you be able to take me to him?
Yes. One moment. She'll step away and she'll. How many spell slots do I have? 3. She'll do a sending to Elder Aiden.
Mhm.
Uh, I found. We found May's father. Can you do the tree thing again? He would like to come to the island to see May.
Let's see. Can he do the tree thing again?
Lucy has no idea what to call it. It's just the tree thing.
Yeah.
She'll take off her necklace, hand it to Rowland, and go stand by a big tree.
uh,
Just Will Smith
Nice.
pose.
let me double check if he can do that again.
Nice, so you gotta properly cook your fish, even if it's from a river or ocean, because there are parasites in it. And one got inside of you. But
Oh no.
take 2 of these for the next 2 days, and you should be right as rain.
Oh, okay, thank you. You're very kind. Um, as as you're having this conversation with this food poisoned furball, you get a message back, Lucy. Yes, I can tree stride again. Just give me a moment. Be there soon. Um, and as you are waiting there, Rowling, you're helping this verbal man with a stomach ache, and you instruct him the ways of how not to get food poisoning. It's like I thought it was all cooked. I don't understand. I think the middle might have been still raw. I was really hungry that day. Um, but uh, with a sickening crack right next to you, Lucy, you hear the tree bark almost rip open, and you see this soft green glow coming from it. And after a moment, you see Ever in his really nice, fancy robes, Elder Aiden. Um, and he looks to you. Well,
Oh, right, this way. Sorry, that was Sarah just not processing words.
that's
She'll
fine.
she'll take him over to meet the gentleman.
Um, he introduces himself, and you see them talking. Seems that Aiden is able to speak his tongue, so they talk. While they talk, you will not necessarily understand him, but you see the man almost break down again, and this time, Elder Aiden, uh, pulls him into a comforting hug and lets him know that he's okay. And with the tone and the hushing of the words, it's comforting words. Um, but after that, uh, the man comes back over to you all and looks at you with very grateful eyes and says, I don't know how to repay you for this.
If you could give us some details on what happened when you're ready. Not today, but it might help us track down more of the people associated with the one who took me.
I will try to write to you if I can about what happened, but I think if we restore May's memory, he might know more.
She'll just nod.
I don't think you understand that you've returned my family to me. My wife is gone now, but I now have our son back. Thank you. So, whatever you may need, whatever I could offer you in any point in life, please do not hesitate to ask. Because you have given me the best gift I could ever receive, and that is my son back.
Just go take care of him.
I will. Thank you.
And the best gift that we could receive in chat is to sing Satan happy birthday.
I really wanted to cut in that conversation, and John Cena. Are you sure about that?
Satan, would you roll a D3? I'll be 1, Jen is 2, RJ is 3.
1.
Excellent. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Madam Satan. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
For those of you in Twitch chat, we are a mature rated stream.
Well,
Happy birthday,
thank
Mr.
you.
President.
Now get down.
I can't.
I just put my hand into my food. Oh. Okay, thank you for that. You guys are amazing. But in this heartfelt moment, he will offer his hand to you all. Instead of just hugging you, but a very grateful kind of like when you shake someone's hand and you put your other hand on top of it to kind of squeeze it. I I am so sorry I haven't even gotten your names.
Graceland. But my friends call me Lucy.
He thinks for a moment.
Graceland is the wrong name. That's Tana's alias.
Yeah,
it's Mina.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I knew what you meant. Thank you. Miss Mina. And you too.
Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony. And you, sir.
Oh, I'm Rollin. Though I had nothing to really do with this. It was mostly those two.
Still. Thank you all for this. He gives you a very gracious nod. And then Aiden comes over to you. You three have done a very good deed today. I I will make sure that he is settled, and we will be working on the memory contraption for May, though he seems to not be as affected as he still knows his name and where he's coming from. He did have family. Might have been a less clean memory. What's the word? Extraction.
Well,
But
hopefully it works in his favor.
hopefully. I'll be here with them for a moment and I'll guide him back to the islands. But thank you all.
Thank you.
And as always, should you need anything, you know how to contact me.
Yes. Sending and then the tree thing.
Tree stride.
Right.
Free stride.
The tree thing.
Rollin and he say at the same time.
Yeah. um. So, after that, he gives you all another gracious nod. Well, he gives you a gracious nod, and then he goes and walks off with these Furbolg tribe, and with one last very very grateful look of Ravish, they disappear into the tree line.
Good job, Lucy.
Well, it wasn't just me. You helped. Technically, Rollin did too. He kept us all alive.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
Ha! Anyways. Where do we go from here?
Well, we fancy robbing a bank. Blackmare.
I'm sorry, why are we robbing a bank again? Just remind me. Refresh my memory.
You three are very interesting.
The
You
slave
hear
trader.
Navarra from the back.
The slave trader who took May, some friends of ours figured out where he's keeping some of his stash. Lucy will pull out the translated ledger of people. That one was me.
Huh. Well,
I'd like to get some of those funds back and roll them into a little program I created.
and I expect it to be a bit expensive, this program. Proper funding is needed. I'm just trying to justify it for my own morals.
Whenever we come across people who came from where I'm from Things like what May and I both went through. We offer them a choice. Give up what they know, and they get a life. Scot-free. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to give us anything afterwards if they don't want. They don't have to show up to fight with us again. They get to go be normal people, not what they're forced to be. The Lady of Twilight's actually running it for me.
All right.
So you're stealing from a bank to fund this? Hi. Navarre's just there.
Technically, it's not stealing.
She just lays her head on top of
Mhm.
Rollin.
We are making a withdrawal against the actual owner's wishes to fund a program that will help people who have been displaced through that owner's actions.
Mhm.
Yes.
So you're stealing from like a bad guy, right?
Yes.
Love, I wish you wouldn't use the word stealing.
Bad guy. What's wrong with
if
stealing?
they're,
Some people deserve it.
yeah, like if this man stole from somebody, really, you're just stealing back what this man stole, really.
Mhm.
So it's technically not stealing. It's reclaiming.
A redistribution.
But even if it was stealing, it wouldn't matter because this guy's a bad guy, right?
Yes.
Redistribution of wealth is a popular thing people should do often.
Ah, I know about that one. Down with the bourgeoisie.
Exactly.
Eat the
Aren't you
rich.
the bourgeoisie?
I am.
He's
Lucy
the
and-
inside man.
Lucy and Navarra just say "eat the rich" at the same time.
Hit the rich. It's like, eh. I have a few times.
I can tell you more about it if you want to keep
Just
traveling
kidding.
with us.
Looks to Rowan.
Please
What?
don't eat me.
I can tell you
I'm not
more as
going
we
to
travel
eat
if
you.
you'd like. She says to Navarra.
Oh, to me. Oh, sure. And Mr. Anthony, I won't eat you. My jaw doesn't dislocate that much.
Good? Alright.
See? And she opens her mouth and you see like she has lines like across her face and you see that her jaw kind of dislocates and it opens like a snake mouth. But it's not wide enough. Like maybe your head, but that's about it. And then she kind of like
Now, where was that 2 nights ago?
well, you didn't
Oh.
ask.
Anyway, would you like to keep traveling with us?
Sure. I mean, if you're trying to make it to college, you still have to cross this river and then go through more jungle and then cross the Bloodstone River. So,
Exactly.
I mean, not going to say much, but you guys would be dead without me.
I have
Probably.
no doubt. Lucy will like link arms with her and just start as they start heading out,
Yeah.
telling her more
Yeah.
about the family.
Ooh, they sound like assholes.
You have no idea.
Hmm.
So where to next? You want to cross this river, right?
Yes, then to Blackmere.
Okay.
She'll show her the map
is...
if she needs a
Hmm.
visual.
She'll see the map as I am looking at the map.
She'll see the
There
map with her
is a
snake
narrow-
eyes.
These are snake eyes. Her little slitted snake eyes. Well, this river, the narrowest point is about 2 miles wide. But then we have to cross the Bloodstone. Do you know how you're going to cross the Bloodstone River? The narrowest point there is 6 miles wide, and the biggest point is anywhere from 30 to 40 miles wide.
If we
Are
go
there
all the way to
trees?
if we go all the way to the coast, I might be able to arrange for a ferry. reach out to Captain Bullseye.
We don't have a port.
Don't need a port. They could just come ashore with their little dinghies off the main ship.
Okay.
Unless you know anyone who can ferry us across.
No.
Excellent.
Okay. We don't cross that river for you because we don't like other people. Like, anyway. It's a natural barrier. And it'd be stupid to try and cross it. Did you know there are river sirens? She says as she walks out.
What?
Really?
Huh. Well, I guess because of how like deltas work, there should be like a landmass in between, or something like that, and then the sirens could post up there, and people on river rafts will, and he'll just talk.
She's like, yeah, they're quite nice, actually.
Do you think they'd help us cross?
Could.
Define nice to who?
Well, they've been nice to me.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's kind of like that half person, half animal type of like connection, though, you know? Cause like I'm like half snake and they're like half fish.
Sure, we'll definitely cross that bridge when we get there.
There's no bridge to where they are.
It's a metaphor.
Oh, okay. Well, they might eat you. I don't know. I don't know all their habits.
Wouldn't be the first time that someone I've talked to and also could potentially eat me has come to our side.
I'm so glad I've uprooted my entire journey to come this way. I'm glad that my robot was nearly stolen. I'm glad I died. He just rambles as he keeps
Yeah.
walking.
Anywho, she travels alongside the river bank, uh, and it takes a bit to get to the narrowest point. Um, and she says, "There's a there's a much more narrow point, but that's the edge of where the remember I told you there was a point that the war kind of basically corrupted." Destroyed because they didn't care about nature, and now lots of evil things are there, I think.
This is fine.
Well, it's close to there, so we're not going to go there.
Yep, this is okay.
So as you are making your way alongside, why is my music off? Excuse me. Here we go. As you make your way alongside the riverbank, Navarre's just talking to you guys about the greenery and the different types of animals that live across the sort of like riverbank. And someone, could you roll me a D100?
RJ.
Sorry, what was that?
Roll a D100. I've nominated you
Why?
for tribute.
5.
5. Let's see for a moment. Okay. You as you're going along this riverbank, and you're going at a fair distance from the actual like where the earth meets the water. She explains to you that there are animals in the water that do come out and can attack you. But you're almost by the tree line as you can still see the riverbank, and you come across a curious situation. You see these small figures, smaller than most, maybe about halfling size. Oh, or gnome sized. They kind of differ, but these small, more rounded figures, as they're trying to pull in a net from the riverbank, and you see that they're struggling, and you just hear different voices. Much more than like what you would think from maybe like 4 or 5 of these little creatures.
Are they on our side of the bank?
Yeah.
Will a 17 do to help with an athletics check?
Make a strength check if you want to help them.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing.
17.
Yeah.
As you go to help them, you see the figures that you're looking at. They're little uh bird people. They have black feathers, black beaks, yellow eyes. They kind of have these cloaks made out of leaves to kind of camouflage them, but they kind of look to you as you're coming um over to help them, and one of them's just like, hold up, cowboy, this is mine.
All right. If I was just looking to help, but if you wish to finish this hunt yourself, I'll be respectful.
The same, you hear the same Kenku, because these are Kenku, say, you're willing to help?
Yeah.
Thanks.
He'll
Looks
just
to the net that they're holding, looks to you.
stoops and grabs hold of an edge.
Okay. The other 5 are also trying to bring, and with the 17, it's very heavy. Uh and as you pull in, you see that in the net is this giant thrashing crocodile.
I hear those taste like chicken.
Chicken.
Minor illusions of small hen in his hands.
I hear those taste like chicken.
You just told a bird
There's-
person that what they're catching tastes like a bird.
There are carnivorous birds that eat other birds. Peregrine falcons.
If you're still trying to hold on to this thrashing crocodile, you're gonna have to make another strength check.
Sure.
I'll make one for them as they're trying to keep this crocodile in their.
Do you think we should go help him? Okay.
If the party is close enough, they hear like this whirring sound as I got 23.
Yeah.
It's like the grinding of gears.
Yeah, you can definitely. They got a 12. Let me roll for the crocodile. Okay.
Brawling shirtless
okay,
crocodile wrestling.
Yeah. So the crocodile rolled higher than them, but lower than you. So you see them. The net slips from their little like feathery fingers. And it slips off the crocodile, but part of it is still over it. There's still tangle in it. That the part that you're holding. So this crocodile is almost free, and I'm gonna have you roll initiative.
Okay.
Anthony and Lucy's just watching this.
14.
Are we all rolling to
Let's
assist?
see. Yeah,
this
you're
round,
all.
okay.
If you want to go help, you're all gonna start rolling. This is a large boy.
Lucy got a 12.
12. Okay.
15.
15. They got a 11. Sorry, let me put a tracker. You should be able to change your names.
Right.
In the
There is
tracker.
a roll 20.
There is a roll 20. Are you able to change your names in the roll
I'm
20?
loading.
The numbers?
No.
I'm not on the tracker, so no.
You are. Okay, let me just drag your tokens in and roll initiative. I'll add you. Lucy. How much did you get, Lucy?
12.
12. And Anthony?
15.14.
And Rollin?
14.16.
Okay, Anthony, you are first. As you see, these little bird creatures struggling to reel this crocodile in, and you see Rollin help, and then part of this crocodile comes out, and you see the bird creatures almost like Mayday, Mayday, and then just start running.
Is this a large boy?
This is a huge boy.
Huge boy. Okay, then that won't work.
There's a reason they were struggling.
Yeah, for a huge boy, I'm going to. Oh no, I can't. It's a very long spell.
Hello?
Hello? I am going to cast Caustic Brew on this guy.
Okay.
He needs to make a dex save.
A deck save. Okay, let's see. 8.
Fails.
Okay.
And he'll take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. So when it comes up to his turn, he'll take the damage.
Do you want to just roll that right now for me, real quick?
Sure. And 4. 4 acid.
4 acid. Okay. It does not like it. You hear like this guttural sound that you can feel in your chest. This rumbling growl that echoes throughout the river. Rollin, you are next. You have this half out giant crocodile that has just been splashed with some acid, and it is not happy about it.
Oh, that's not good. He's going to twin out a haste spell and target Lucy and Anthony.
I'm having a little bit of food while we fight.
Yeah. But that is it for him. I guess he'll pull out his quarterstaff as an interact, and that's it.
Okay. So next up is Lucy. It is your turn.
Remind me again what haste is.
Un momento, I will post it in the Zoom.
Thank you.
But basically, you get +2 to AC and Dexterity saving throws, and you have another action that you can use to dash, disengage, hide, or as an extra weapon attack.
That's on top of the 2 attacks that I already get?
Yeah.
Damn!
Haste is great.
Haste is amazing.
Alright. In that case... You know what? Lucy's gonna take out the stun batons. She hasn't gotten to use them yet, and she's assuming that they want to be able to eat this thing. So, first attack. Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
Cool. That's 6 bludgeoning damage, and she will need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Con save. That is 15.
Meets it beats.
Mm-hmm.
But she has a second stun baton. So let's try it again. For a dirty 20. Does that hit?
It hits.
Excellent.
Another con.
5 bludgeoning damage, another con save.
That is 16.
Saved again. Okay, so this time they won't have to make the con save because I used all her charges.
Okay.
Another 15. That hits.
Mm-hmm.
3 bludgeoning damage.
You're just beating the crap out of
It's like you know the Hungry Hippos game. It's like a mix of that and Whack-A-Mole with Lucy and her stun batons.
Hey, Sarah, if you're 2-weapon fighting, you actually have 4 attacks if you use your bonus action to hit.
I keep hitting.
But
this
you
thing?
don't add your ability modifier to the damage.
It's just
of
the
an offhand.
you know what? Does a 22 hit?
Mm-hmm.
3 another 3 points of bludgeoning.
Unga bunga drum.
This is so dumb, I'm sorry. That's it.
Excuse me. I'm trying to chew. It is the giant crocodile's turn, and it's not happy. It's not happy that you're wailing on it, so it's gonna go ahead and make a multi attack at you, with its bite. So let's see. That's gonna be 23 to hit. Yeah, okay. Okay, and it's gonna hit. Let's see. Okay. That's gonna be a total of 16 points of damage.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then I will say it's going to try and hit at you with its tail, but at disadvantage because part of it is still stuck in the net. That's a 2, so
Nope.
I'm thinking a 10 doesn't hit you.
She just kind of jumps back a little bit.
Yeah, you see that this large, like very like thick, the tail's thicker than your torso, and probably of the same length as you. It tries to swat at you, but part of the net still reels it back. As you hear this hissing, grumbling growl in your chest.
She
If
does a
y'all
2-foot
haven't,
jump and she just goes,
yeah.
"Oh, it's like the logs in the training room."
Next, back up top, Anthony.
Cool. Wailing on it 3 times.
Go ahead.
15, 21, and 10.
The first 2 hit, the last one doesn't.
Cool. 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And if the radiant applies.
That's only 2 undead, I believe.
Cool.
So it's just that. And you are hasted. You have 3 actions.
I did the 3.
Oh, you did the 3? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, Rollin, make a strength check for me to still hold on to this net. If you're holding on to it.
No, if it started thrashing, it would have let go.
Okay.
Let's see what I can do. Sure. how's Lucy looking?
Fresh as a daisy. She's fine.
Cool. Hey, Mr. Silverhorn, let's try that again. And Rollins gonna use his Commander's Strike ability. Anthony can use his reaction to make an attack and add a 6 to it for damage if he
Okay.
hits.
Gonna see if that hits. Reaction for 11. Does that hit? I missed.
Blink, blink, blink.
Look, I'm concentrating on a spell and trying to hit things. It's very hard.
Got no bonus action. Actually, I do. I'm gonna eat a full 3rd level spell slot. And that's my turn.
Okay, Lucy, it is up to you next.
Cool. Well, for starters, let's see. I'm a blade singing warlock, so I can use a cantrip and make a melee attack. So I am going to use Chill Touch.
Mhm.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Cool. Damage roll on that is 12.
Okay.
And I get... How much of my HP do I get back? Because we homebrewed this. Plus
I
3.
believe it's half the damage.
It is my spell save
Proficiency?
modifier.
Spell save, okay.
So 3 points back. Yay! And then she's gonna bop it several times.
Bop it. Twist it. Pull it.
14.
14 just hits.
Okay. 3 points of damage.
Okay.
17.
17 hits.
1 point of damage. Bonus action, smacking it again. 18.
18 hits.
Excellent. Where were all these rolls the other day when I couldn't hit anything? 6. 6 points.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not looking happy. It's very angry. It was just chilling in the river when someone threw an at it, and now they're beating him up.
Lucy's just playing bongos on its head.
Yeah.
It takes an additional 6 points of acid damage.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Man, we missed 69 by a little bit.
Do over.
Do over. Can you do less damage so I can get 69?
Just say
I'm
it's at
kidding.
69. Just do it.
It's gonna make a bat attack at you, Lucy, and a tail attack at you, Anthony. Those are the words. That's not what I wanted. I'm assuming 13 doesn't hit you, Lucy.
It does not.
Okay.
If I wasn't hasted, it would.
How about an unnatural 20 for you, Anthony?
Yes.
Okay. That is 2d8 damage. Ooh, plus 5. That's 12 points of what is it? Bludgeoning damage. And
Cool.
please make a strength saving throw for me.
Strength save 17 for the strength save, 18 for the con save.
Okay, you're fine. I forgot you were supposed to be grappled, Lucy, but that's fine. Because it bit you.
I'm good.
But that's fine.
Nom.
Okay,
Oops.
you are hit. It feels like you just been hit by like a tree log right on your side, Anthony. As this massive tail just whips at you. And you almost stumble. And you stumble, and you almost fall, but you catch yourself. You catch your footing at the last second. It is now your turn, Anthony.
Just gotta hold my side. Like, I think I bruised my rib. So I go back towards it. Fuck. Swing at it a few times.
They all hit.
Amazing.
Okay.
So it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's what 26 damage.
Yes.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Just holding his rib, he's like, oh, just pick it up and roll it over and smack its belly, and then smack its jaw, and then kind of kick it back towards the like up on the hill, and just throw it
Where are you throwing it?
more up on the bank so people can get access to it.
Oh, okay. You make a strength check for that.
Sure. Strength check. 19.
Okay, so you just fucking whack-a-mole this bitch, kick it over on his belly, and just throw it up the bank.
I'll just kind of rub my side. Yeah, I think it's bruised.
After your little battle with this crocodile, you see the Kenku come back out of the tree line, and they see the crocodile, and they look at you, and they all three of you, and they're like, ah! You have given us the gift of food. Thank you.
There is no greater gift in the world.
Soon mimics the ah!
You recognize that tone, and you're pretty sure that's the Myconids, Anthony, that they got that from.
There's a pause as I look between Soon and the Kinku. Just pinch my nose.
And one of them walks up. They almost like hop to you, three, and says, "You are very mighty warriors. Thank you."
You're very welcome. You wouldn't happen to have an easy way across this river, would you?
Like a boat.
Or a bridge.
They kind of look to the river, look back to their companions, look to the river.
Repulsion grenade.
Try to put a foot in this river, and you'll die.
Ah! I
Well,
love them.
That's what we're trying to avoid.
Crossing's not going to be easy.
We understand do you have a way?
Do you have a way? A bridge.
Where?
They just point, and you see them pointing towards the east, down the riverbank. And Navarre comes behind you. They're, I think they mean that bit of land that your people ruined.
No, boy!
Would now be a good time to remind everyone that I don't know how to swim.
Oh, boy.
Step one foot into this river and you'll die.
Yes,
Really?
we know we'll die.
Rollin sticks like his boot, like the bottom portion, into the river. I feel something taking hold. No, that's just the Onway.
You feel
Lucy's gonna.
something grasp your foot.
Oh.
Lucy pops open one of her potions of greater healing and takes it.
You see the Kenku, this, like, as you're popping open your potion, they kind of stop. They look at you and they stop you.
What?
Let me see.
By the by, Rollin puts a hand on Anthony, a hand on Lucy. This is gonna suck. And he'll dismiss Taste.
Yeah.
Bend over.
Oh. Lucy just sits down. She doesn't even bend her knees, she just sits.
As you sit down, the little Kenku comes up to you and shows you their hands, and in their hands, you see 10 berries that just appear.
Oh. What?
Eat these and you'll feel better. again.
He's just gonna take them and start eating them.
You start eating, and you actually do start feeling better. These are good berries, and for each one that you eat, you gain 1 hit point.
Okay.
So if you eat them all, you regain 10 hit points.
We'll do that.
You have been a trusty companion today. You deserve good things.
Thank you.
So do we go to the bridge?
I mean, you held up well against undead last time.
I had a lot of magic on me last time.
Take a nap before we get there. We'll put
You
a
know
lot of
undead's
magic on
not
you
the only
again.
thing that's in there, right?
Yes, I'm very well what's in there. I helped cause a lot of what's in there.
No, this is different.
Still responsible.
It might give us a better idea of what we're looking at when we go for the other artifact.
Yep. Alright, let's go see the follies of my grand mistake.
That's gonna take another day of travel.
Perfect.
Is that any way to call your children?
Perfect?
I was
A
going to say the
grand
follies of
mistake.
your grand mistake, but
Sometimes. You just hear them out.
it depends if you're disowning them in the inheritance or not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next time you can just name me. Lucy just huffs and walks away. Not
Jeez,
getting the
Anthony.
joke.
Roland walks away.
I bruised my rib in this battle for you as I follow.
You see one of the Kenku says, "You're quite rude."
Hush. Don't need you to pipe in on this.
Hush! You see them just start trying to drag this giant crocodile by the tail. And one of them waves back to you guys and says, "Thanks, lover boy."
I'm sorry, what?
They need a vocabulary update, I think.
It's just struggling trying to take this thing back. Alright, I guess we're going to the little corrupted lands, right?
Corrupted
the one I told you
lands.
not to go into, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
yep, that's exactly where we're going because one of us is terrible at things, and I'm going to go, be that terrible person for a bit. I'm
It's
the
not
one
my
that's terrible
fault.
at things.
Why are you
I
so
was blaming-
rude to her?
I was blaming it's self-deprecation, and I'm very good at it.
Oh, I thought you meant I was terrible because I still haven't learned how to swim because of my crippling fear of the water.
No, that's a reasonable fear. It's deep, dark, crushing blue waters. That's horrifying.
We could still try and follow the river to the sirens. Maybe they have a boat we can borrow.
Probably. I'm sure there's a few boats that have crashed over their way.
Fish people or bridge?
I mean, you could still call for your friend.
I think he's currently busy.
Oh, I meant to the one with the ship. You said the captain something?
Yes. I could do that too.
Probably for the bigger river. This one
Oh,
seems
yes,
a bit.
no. But, listen, here. She'll look at the map. Okay, so if you cross these little island thingies here in the delta, that's where the sirens are. They could help you. Oh, wait, no, that's the other one. Anyway, this little point here, you don't have to go entirely right here. She's pointing out right here. You don't have to go entirely into those lands, but we might still come across something, and then you could make it to the other river, and then go to shore. or you could go through the land here, and they have a series of bridges.
Does Blackmere have a port? Would we know if Blackmere has a
Blackbeard,
port?
no.
Okay.
Uh, she wouldn't know, but you, Anthony, would know that Blackbeard does not have a port. It is too inland to have a port.
No, there's no ports.
Well, we could still go to the coast.
Walk along the coast.
Go to the coast, get picked up by Bullseye, and then have her drop us off on the coast somewhere.
True, we would still have to go into the Badlands, but
That's what I'm naming it now.
Who's that Badlands?
How far down do they extend on the coast?
Uh, the Badlands?
Yeah, is it all the way to the Bloodstone River?
No. It is this piece of like almost like yellowish, greenish, point.
Okay. Well, sirens
I have
first.
marked it on your map. I think you should be on there. Yeah.
Well, sirens first. Bullseye is the second choice? Or
Sounds
just
good.
the bridge?
Well, if the bridge is out, then I guess we won't have any other choice. So let's aim for the bridge first, and then
Well, I think the sirens are on the way to the bridge.
Siren's Bridge, then the Cove, I guess.
All right, it's settled. We have 3 plans, and I hope at least one of them works out. Lucy just claps her hands and starts walking. Wait, that's the
as
wrong
you-
direction. I don't know where I'm going. Navarro, will you please lead us? Sorry.
Yes, of course. As your guide, I will guide you. She starts like snaking her way over to the east. It's still going to take us about half, maybe 3/4 of a day to get there.
All right, lead away.
Okay, stay away
Lead.
from the river because there's a lot more of those crocodiles, and you don't want to meet them when they're in groups. It hurts.
Lucy's gonna pop a healing potion real quick. Get me up to full. Thank you to all the subs who have gifted us healing potions over the course of this game.
Yes.
They come in handy when I get hurty.
This wouldn't be possible without viewers like you. But as you're making your way, she's still explaining just the life that gathers here. This is kind of works almost like a watering hole you would in like a desert or a more plains type area. So you do see a lot of different animals come in and out to the river. And it's almost like an unspoken rule where they don't, it's weird because it's their wildlife, but other than like maybe a crocodile trying to like snack something from the riverbank, um the other animals that come to the watering hole or river, they don't really attack each other,
Mm.
even though some might be herbivores and others carnivores that would eat the herbivores or other animals. They kind of just chill. There's a capybara there somewhere just chilling with like a crocodile.
They weirdly get along with everything.
Hmm I don't know if capybaras exist in jungles, but they do in my game because I like capybaras. Um, but let's see. Lucy or Anthony, please roll me a D100.
I got it.
Get that 100. Get that 100.
85.
85. As you are walking down the river, uh, through the tree line, still able to see the river, you come across uh, let's say you're about here ish. You come across make a perception check, whoever wishes. I'll roll for
I'll make it since I
Navara.
rolled.
Only one on my end.
Ha! 5.
Okay. So, Anthony, before even Navara, you notice that um this would be maybe a few hours into your journey. You see, starting to get into like later afternoon. Um, and you see an old, almost ramshackle house in towards the north into the tree lines more, and it's starting to get a bit darker at maybe about 5 or 6, so the sun's starting to set soon. But you do notice, and there seems to be lights in the house.
I'll point it out to everybody.
Huh.
I am not going into another strange shack that we find somewhere.
Hmm. Want me just to go tell them that we'll be nearby, but won't bother them?
Well,
No.
if we may, yeah, they'll come out and investigate if anything.
All right.
You want to start setting up camp here soon, or
I
it's going to
think we
get dark
should.
soon?
That's fine. I can do the dome if you want to do that. Or we can do the house. I think the dome is more discreet.
Get away from the house, maybe like away from the river.
Yeah, let's go about 5. No, let's go about 30 yards
North, east, west, south
away
is
from
just
the
towards the
river.
river.
30 yards into the river.
30
Yeah.
yards into the river.
So you're in between the river and you're in right in the tree line. You're between the river and into the jungle where the house is. You're going a little bit more east, away from the house towards the path that you're going, but into the jungle.
Yeah, like
Okay.
north, away from the
Okay.
river, northeastern,
Uh,
into the jungle.
I will say whoever wants to make a survival check to get an area where you can sleep can make one with advantage because Navarre's with you.
I am not good at those. I only get a +1. Does anyone get a better bonus?
I get a
I get
plus
a-
one as well.
I get a +4.
Okay, you do it.
Okay. 22.
About 30 yards away from where you are and 30 to 40 yards from the house, you're able to find a nice area. It's a nice clearing, about maybe 10 by 15 feet. It's not huge, but it would fit your dome and you guys inside it should you wish.
Here's a
Nora
good
kind of
spot.
kicks one of those man-eating plants, kind of like gently to kind of make it move away. Doesn't just nudges it with her tail.
Is there a way to maybe pot and take back one of those carnivorous plants with us?
Sure, if you keep it in the right temperature.
Bag of holding?
It'll
Nowhere.
die.
Hmm.
No sun, no soil, no water.
Rats. I'll have to come back.
Sorry, this is the one thing an artificer can't help with.
I mean, if you make like a box and you put some soil in it, and then you put the plant in it,
He's
then you
like,
could
no,
probably
this
make
is
a
definitely
box.
something an artificer
Can you make me a
cannot help
terrarium?
with. No idea how to do that.
It's just a box with glass.
Nope, it's much more than that.
So you can make like little talking robots, but you can't make a terrarium.
I just thought my patron would really like one. It's fine.
You should get a butterfly box.
I don't think she's a butterfly kind of girl.
She might be.
I'm nearly positive she's not a butterfly kind of girl.
So you set up your hut. I think with that we'll call break a little early, so you can get that set up, and then we'll come back in about 5 minutes to continue the story. So don't go nowhere. Let's just to grab a drink,
Jen, do
grab
the
some
thing.
food,
Do the thing.
take your meds, and what?
Before you do that, can you roll us a D2? Jen is 2, RJ's 3. Or actually, no, 1 and 2. I don't.
2.
It's Jen.
RJ.
Or no, wait,
It's
no.
Jen. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
RJ. Yes, Jen. God, my.
Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was your birthday so we can party too. Hey!
Yay! Thank you. With that amazing birthday song, we'll be right back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere. Bye.
Bye. One. There's your countdown this time.
Thank you.
You're
Hi,
welcome.
everyone.
Would anyone else like to
Oh,
redeem a
God.
happy
I can't wait for
birthday
you
to
to.
Satan? We got one more.
No, you don't have to. It's fine. No,
I
it's
can't redeem
No.
points on my own
fine.
channel, so either Satan has to redeem it or someone in chat does.
I can't redeem any more
Yeah,
happy
it's
birthdays.
limited to one per person.
We'll see if one of our viewers will redeem one. But it's fine. You don't have to. Um,
You have to.
so you set up. No, it's fine.
You have to, or you have to
Um,
unfollow. No more Nexus Adventure for you. Just kidding. What you need?
well,
Oh, Hazy's
maybe.
up. If you want to redeem Sing Satan Happy Birthday with your channel points, today is an excellent day to do that because her birthday is on Tuesday and we love her and we just want to sing to her before we start playing again. So yeah, take it away. I'm done.
Okay. So, now as you set up your dome, you're able to, with the space you have around you, you have made sure that there is nothing too dangerous around you other than this mysterious track about 30 yards away. Um, but you're able to settle down. This time Navarre will kind of slide into the dome with you, since you can see out. And you see that her thick tailed lower half, this she kind of like wraps it around the perimeter of the dome so it doesn't like take up too much space. But um but uh oh no. You know what, here. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't have redeem happy birthday. Oh yeah, I do here. You can sing me happy birthday. I will. It's on cooldown. I can't. But um,
After the
but
cooldown.
after the cooldown in 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Um, but she gets in. If you do um she's pretty warm for a reptile person, so it does add a little bit of warmth to the hut. Thank you. um but you're able to settle down, and she kind of looks to all of you. So, like, what are y'all trying to do after, like, all this?
What do you mean?
Well, you're going to rob a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to make a safe house or something like that, right? And then what?
And then I'll go wherever my patron tells me to go.
Hmm. What about the rest of you?
I have a lot of work to do, mostly in regards to Mr. Ryland here. But I am making something that is for the benefit of all. That just needs supplies and time to work on it.
Hmm. All right. And you, Mr. Radin?
Head back to the courts, update my master about the progress. Probably write some more papers.
All of that sounds boring compared to what you're doing now.
Yeah, well, I didn't really get out for field work, so I'm getting a lot of excitement.
Well, we sure hope so. But I suppose I will take first watch, if everybody's okay with that.
That's fine. I'll be up.
All right. Does anybody want to go hunting with me before we go to sleep so we have some food, or I can go by myself?
I'm still fine on rations. I'm happy to share if you'd like.
could. It's just fresh meat is always better.
Sure, I'll give it a try. Anything once.
I'll go with both of you. He's too squishy. Lucy.
Oven protects people.
If you leave the dome okay. Yes, we can
No,
put the
it
dome
doesn't.
up
It
later.
stays put.
No,
No, it doesn't.
you have to stay inside it.
Oh, fuck.
I can put up the house until you come back.
All right. Are you sure you don't want to go with us?
No, I actually have work to do that Riley needs, and your lady will need eventually.
All right.
All right, let's go hunting. She'll kind of slither out. Do you have weapons? I mean, I know you could like just whack the crocodile to death, so you're fine.
Sling.
Lucy will pull out her crossbow.
Okay. I would say one of you can make a survival check with advantage.
I'll make it. Whew, thank God for advantage. That's an 18.
In 18. Okay, with Navarra with you, she kind of, in quieter tone, she kind of explains tracking and hunting, and you see she tells you what to look for, either tracks or droppings or part of the forest that's been disturbed, and you see a bit of fur uh caught on a piece of like bark, and she tells you that it's pretty fresh. You can tell that there's an animal that's been here recently. By she doesn't know for sure what animal by the color of the fur yet, but she tells you that they're close. And I like doing this, so let's it doesn't have to be something canon. Let's see. With an 18, you're able to sneak up on this animal that you've been tracking. But why don't you guys tell me what this animal looks like? Just all together group animal making.
It's quite literally an almirage. Big floofy bunny ears and then a single horn in the middle of the head.
It's an almirage.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So you see an almirage, you see how big are the almirage?
They're
They're
small.
babies.
They're rabbits. They're wabbits.
Yeah. So you see this small bunny like creature that has brown fur with black spots on its back and hind legs, this really fluffy collar, and one horn sticking out of its forehead. And you see that there's a few of them in this little clearing that you've seen. Rabbit for dinner, anyone? If one of you would like to hunt one of these, can please make me an attack roll.
I'll use Lucy's nat 20 that one of our subs gifted us.
I was gonna use a nat 20 because
We
you
can-
have one.
We
I
can
have-
both nat
can-
20.
Okay.
You can,
There's a bunch of them.
yeah,
It just explode this almirage.
yeah. I mean,
Oh.
there's a lot of albums. There's like a group of like 4 or 5. So if she
she'll-
tells you that if you both hit at the same time, you can get 2 while the others run away. Because if you just hunt one, the others are gonna run away, and it's gonna be
Mhm.
harder to.
Yeah, Lucy will aim for one and on 3.
1, 2.
19 points of damage on Lucy's side.
Yeah.
8 points of damage.
8
But
points of
also, I
damage.
can cause it to ricochet to another target to deal that same damage.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll make a range attack against the second target.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
a 24 for a 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. They're not they're little rabbits, so they're not that hardy. So you're both able to instantly just take out with no harm or anything left to the animal. Three of them. Lucy, you take out one, and Raleigh, you take out two with your ricochet shot. Um, and Navarre looks suitably impressed. She looks about. That's really good. I didn't know you had that type of finesse.
Oh, you should know, love. It's all in the wrist. Wink.
Yeah, but
Should I make the? I'm not gonna make the joke.
I
Should we
already
head
did.
back?
do the joke. Say the joke. I want to hear the joke.
Oh, I was gonna ask if that's because you've been single for so long.
What?
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
You go towards the field and you pick up these Almirage, and you're able to pick them up. And this takes you about a good 30, 45 to an hour as you were tracking and hunting these Almirages. While this is happening, Anthony, what are you doing in your house?
Initially, he was drawing out the model for the pacemaker that he was outfitting for Rylan and putting down notes so they could work on it together down the road. And as he's finished with that, he'll turn to the box and open it.
In the box, you open it and you see this beautiful, wickedly beautiful hilt. It's all black metal. The handle of it has this spiral design to it that ends in almost a with three peaks at the hilt of it. Um, as you go to the guard of head, it is a dome, upside down dome shape with one side larger than it, and these wicked spikes coming from the side. And it's all this really beautiful black, almost obsidian like metal.
Kind of hover my hand over the blade of it.
It has no blade.
Oh, no blade. Just over the handle of it and just draw it out in my sketchbook. Write a few notes down about it, observations I made.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of make Soon go out of the house to do a few laps because he's getting fussy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pick up that handle.
You pick it up. It has a good hefty weight to it. And you kind of just feel something kind of click as you hold it, kind of click inside you as you hold it, and it's a very nice comfortable handle, almost it was made for your grasp. A good weight to it.
Turn it over lightly, examining it, and set it down on the table next to me. Draw out a few more details on it.
You see that it has four runes across this dome uh guard that it has.
Can I make an Arcana check on those
You can.
runes? Okay. 11.
11. You notice that they are similar to the runes you found within the temple itself. It's a strange mixture of celestial and something else. So it has its bases in celestial, these runes. But that's about all that you can tell.
I'll copy down the runes on
Mm-hmm.
in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what they mean, but copy them down regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the handle once more and just kind of
You feel it kind of vibrate, kind of like a pulse of magic. And you swear you see a slight glow to the runes as you pick it up.
pause and give it a gentle swing downwards to test it out.
As you swing it downwards, you see this light emanate from the the hilt itself, the almost blinding at first, but it spreads out this red energy to create this wicked looking blade with a curve at the end. It seems almost tangible, but it still has this movement of energy, and then even though it holds a certain shape.
Huh. Switch it to my other hand as I mark that down in my journal as well.
You switch it. It has a nice flow to it.
Hmm. He'll check the time, guesstimate on how long a normal
Bit,
hunt.
about an hour or so.
I'll put it back in its box gently and close the lid.
Mhm. As you do that, you almost feel like a loss.
Just frown a little to balance. Almost. As I close the lid.
Okay. Close the lid and put it back. You can spend some more time ruminating on this or doing some other work. But within the hour or so, the three of them come back with three Almirage, which you probably don't know what they are. You just see rabbits with a horn.
Good hunting then?
We got 3. Didn't take very long.
Good job.
Now, if I read this correctly, and Rollin just skins one.
Well done. That was
It's like in Red
So
Dead where you
far.
just
Yeah.
yank it off.
Yeah.
That's literally how you skin a rabbit.
Yeah, that just falls
Yeah.
off. So you have now one skinned rabbit with a horn on it. Their horns are pretty tough. You could probably make blades from them, or at least like almost like a stiletto knife or like an ice pick type of thing.
Well, if I bore out the middle of it and then kind of get to the tip, I could make a syringe, a really big syringe, but a syringe nonetheless.
That is true. I think Genera does something like that with them.
No time like the present to experiment then.
nope.
All right, Mr. Silverhorn, I need you to bend over.
He'll take the rabbit. I'm gonna cook. Thank you.
Yay! First real meal in a few days. Always good. A little bit of salt would go a long way if anybody has any.
I have a flavor pouch.
Yeah, you do.
Gross.
Even Lucy wrinkles her nose at that one.
Hayward's handy spice pouch.
I'm so sorry. It just came. That was just blurted out.
I'll make us a rabbit stew with some salt.
Ooh. Make sure there's like big chunks of the meat in there.
Yes.
If you flip up the different compartments, Mr. Silverhorn, there's oregano, a little bit of thyme, some basil.
Do you have a bay leaf, actually?
Here's a couple of star anise if you'd like to.
Oh, thank you.
I think I
Take
have
them.
some bay leaf if you need any.
Yes, we're going for a hearty soup, not
She just hands you like a little pouch that has bay leaves in it.
thank you. Toss them in.
They're really good.
Potatoes would be good.
I once traveled with like these other people that paid me for this, and like, okay, so it's not a lot that people come through this area because obviously it's like jungle. But then I was cooking with the bay leaf, and they're like, "Why are you putting leaves in your food?" And I'm like,
For flavor.
"Exactly." Like they looked at it because you leave it in the food, but you don't eat it. But they're like, "Oh my god, this is a straight up leaf," and like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, anyway,
Hashtag at Chipotle.
hashtag ask Chipotle. Um, but yeah, she kind of settles and just kind of talks with you guys as you cook. I have an itchy nose. Sorry. Um, but as you are doing this, I would say, what are you two doing while Anthony's cooking?
Reading.
Oh, I would give Rylan the notes to look over, see if that suits his specifications.
Are you sure this voltage is right? It seems a bit high.
I wasn't sure how hardy you were, so I figured ballpark it.
All right.
You hear a disembodied groan from that sounds a lot like Feanor's voice. You don't know where it's coming from because it's not the earring. But as you're doing that, I would say, Anthony, because you're in the kitchen and you have the highest passive perception, you do hear some noises coming from the direction of the shack, the little house.
Love shack.
Baby love shack.
I'll move the pot away from the fire, still letting you just move it off, like
Yeah.
directly, like move it away, and then I'll go to
Simmer.
the door
Yeah.
and peek out, look towards the shack direction.
Make a perception check.
Perception. 19.
19. With a 19, you can see some movement. There is light inside the little shack, but you see a figure kind of walking around the shack. It has a nice little porch with stairs and what seems to be a smaller building, so maybe like a little shed or something that's attached to it. But then you see this big fire light up and almost like a giant pot being put on top of it.
I think our neighbor's cooking something. That,
for
or
them.
they're a witch.
Good witch
I
or a
think
bad
the same.
witch?
Depends.
Jungle witch.
Hmm.
But let's not make them mad if they are a witch.
Should I go take him a present?
I guess, if you want.
What do witches like?
I have
Shiny
no idea.
things?
Food? Could make some fresh bread.
A peace offering, at the very least.
Something would be good if they're a bad witch.
I'll go
Make
take
some
them
s-
something. Make extra
Alright.
food.
I'll make some soda bread.
Lucy will take a small parcel out of her bag and head towards the cottage.
You head towards the cottage. Are you heading stealthily or just
She's not trying to
straight
hide
there?
herself.
Okay. So it is sunset, so the dim light is coming in. There's still sunlight, but it's starting to dim. And you're in a close to the tree line where it's much more sparse, so there's light coming through the trees, not just little bits through the leaves. But you're able to make your way through, and you're able. I would say because you've been following Navarra now for a few days, you're able to pick out where to step and where not to step. Uh, but the closer you get, you see this cottage that almost looks it looks a little out of place. It has a bit of an idealistic. It's nice, really nice. Um, like boarding that it's clearly old, but it's a nicely built house. The wood itself looks old. Like has some moss on it. The rocks around the base also have a bit of moss and grown uh and they have grown like greenery around them, like a few little flowers. Uh and if you will, you can make me a nature check as you uh walk forward.
Yeah, that's a 3. She doesn't. They're flowers.
It's green. But as you get closer by, you see this figure by this really large pot. And considering where you are, you're in the jungle, this figure looks very out of place. They have uh almost Victorian looking dress on. They have big skirts that are layered. Um, and you see uh it's Victorian in its silhouette, so that she has this big skirt that is layered with some fabrics and other things tied around it. You see that it has almost charms and little trinkets attached to it. They do have a bodice that kind of straightens them up and gives them a nice figure, and puffy sleeves that are sectioned off in different areas to give different sections of like the puffiness. And you don't see their face as you look up. They have this veil that looks as it should be like translucent in a way, but you can't see through it. That goes down, and you see two large horns that come up and back and curl backwards that seem to be almost made out of tree bark. And on the veil, you see much more jewelry that's laid up atop of their heads and on their horns of different materials. It doesn't really seem to mix and match, but as a altogether, it does seem to match a certain look. But you hear a sort of jingle as their head turns to you and they see you walking.
And she won't disguise her steps either.
Hmm.
This reminds me of a certain piece of artwork player me has seen, and I'm very excited. Um, oh, hello. We're just camping up the way, and we saw your fire. I wanted to come over and say hi.
Hello. I saw your fire.
Everything going well tonight?
For now.
You don't happen to be a witch in the woods.
Sometimes.
Hmm. Would it be polite to give you a present?
Do you like getting presents?
I don't know who doesn't, but there's always the odd person who hates everything.
I have met a few of those.
I've met many.
Hmm,
I have
but
to work with one. I made her wear horrible dresses.
that will put people in a bad mood.
Hmm.
But if you do have a gift, I'll happily accept. Should you not want anything in return, it is a true gift.
It is. She pulls out from her pocket the forever blooming blossom that the dryad gave her. It never wilts.
Interesting. Hmm. Thank you.
You're
A
welcome.
very kind stranger.
I try to. You could say I'm turning over a new leaf. She points at the flower.
Turning over a new petal. She'll pick it up, and you see that she has what do you assume is she because of a more feminine voice. Um Gloves that are almost skin tight, but you see that even through the gloves you can tell that there is a sort of claw like shape the tip of her fingers, and she takes it between two fingers and almost and brings it up to where the veil is where you assume her nose would be and smells it. This is lovely. Dryad.
Yes. One that no one
Interesting.
ever knew was there. Strangely enough.
They can be quite elusive should they wish.
Hmm.
I mean, they can turn to trees, so or hide in them. But I'm sure you know all about hiding. she'll kind of put it on like one of her like near one of her horns.
Is there anything we should be concerned about from the woods tonight?
Oh, many things. This was really these jungles will eat you alive if you're not if you're not paying close enough attention.
I know, I tried to take home one of the plants, but we don't have a container. I thought it would make a great gift for a friend.
If you have others, you're welcome to come by and eat should you wish.
Is that a meal freely given?
A meal freely given for your kindness.
Thank you. I think we're cooking a stew right now, but would it be okay if we moved our camp closer to your hut?
Of course.
Excellent.
I have things that could complement your stew should you wish. Have some fresh bread baking.
I'll see if they're interested. And she'll hit her sending earring and relay the offer to her party members. She seems quite nice.
Sure.
All right.
Do you want the house or the dome?
Let's do the house. It can look like a nice little neighborhood.
All right. Gather the stew pot and shuffle everybody out, disappear the house, and come over with a pot in a house.
While she's waiting for the group to come over, by the way, you can call me as Mina. Is there something we can call you for tonight? You're muted.
You may call me Alessandra. I'll put it in the Zoom chat.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. It's not every day I get kind strangers to my little home.
Do you get many unkind ones?
Oh, very many.
Well, if anyone
But they are
comes...
dealt with.
That's good. If any come by tonight, we'll take care of them for you.
That's very sweet of you. But would you like to come in for some tea?
Sure.
Alright. Shall we wait for your group or...
It's probably best. They're a little sketchy around new friends. You're not going to charm us and make us turn on one another, are you? Because we've already gone through that once, and I really don't care to do it again.
No, dear.
Okay.
You have been kind. And I shall offer you kindness in return.
Lucy will just wait for the others to arrive.
She waits pleasantly. You see, like, her hands are, her fingers are interlaced in front of her. She has a very, very high posture. As she waits, and you see the flame kind of grow next to you. There is stuff in this giant pot that is cooking. But as you all come in, it doesn't take you too long to come into this small cottage. But you see Lucy, and you see this figure of a woman with the silhouette of her dress, and you see the jewelry on her and the horns made out of bark and the veil. And she's standing there. She's wearing her coloring. She's wearing earthy tones. She's wearing deep greens with blacks. Some um very very deep reds that are almost black. And the jewelry seems to be of different types of metals, bones, wood, glass, a flower now, thanks to Lucy. Welcome.
I have food.
Good.
Put it on the table.
You're muted, Sarah.
My father.
Hello.
This is Alessandra. She's offered us tea and to supplement our dinner tonight. This is Rollin and Navarra.
Hello. As you say, this is my father, she looks to Anthony, then looks to you, then gives a nod. It is
Lucy
a
currently
pleasure
looks
to
like a
meet
wood
you.
elf.
Yeah, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. You're quite the interesting group.
Shh.
Thank you. I'm just gonna go put this where there aren't any spore plants.
Of course. Follow me. And as she's looking your group over, you don't see her face, but you can feel a gaze on you. She waits a moment, looking all of you over, then turns, and you hear the jingling of all the trinkets that she has on her skirts. And she opens the door with a creak and welcomes you all in. As you walk in, you see it's a small cottage, not unlike the one you have, Anthony, in space.
Hmm.
But you see it's full of things. There's shelf after shelf after shelf of just jars and herbs and trinkets and uh and different types of sculptures, and even you see even like very ornately decorated either you think that might be an egg or it's just a sphere. This might be a glass orb. You're not sure what it is. Um, but there is a space in the middle of everything that is a small table with a few chairs. There seems to be enough for everyone.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but was your veil made by someone nearby? I have a friend who regularly prefers to remain anonymous. I think she'd like one. Yours is quite pretty.
Oh, thank you. It was a gift from an old friend,
Hmm.
but I will suggest something made out of spider silk or phase spider silk would be quite interesting.
I'm guessing I have to go to the Feywild to get Fey spider silk.
Phase,
Oh, Fays.
yes.
Hmm.
But
You have to go
please
to the
do,
ethereal plane for those.
yeah,
Hmm.
do take a seat. Uh, and as you sit down, you feel a bit of a shift, but it like grows, like the chair itself grows very comfortable to you, uh, as if it was almost shaped to you.
Oh, this is
Uh,
neat. Lucy sits cross legged in the chair.
mhm. It's wide enough for you to sit cross-legged and be comfortable.
Anthony, can you make me one of these chairs? I want one. I want 10. Can we just replace all of the chairs at court with these chairs?
I think that's a bit beyond my magics and abilities, but I'm sure if you ask our host, she could give you an idea on how to do it, as you are accomplished in magics yourself.
Magic users, then you hear from the kitchen, but it's
Warlock!
strange because the voice sounds like it's just right next to you.
Mm-hmm. Lucy's used to that with the Lady of
Yeah,
Twilight. This does not phase her at all.
warlock, and the rest of you,
Cleric.
a healer. Interesting. And you, Sir Anthony?
Artificer.
No, I haven't met one of those in a long time.
Yeah, I suspect the last time you met one of us was about 15 years ago.
Possibly. There are some of you out here in the world.
Hmm.
But you hear her kind of clink through teacups, and you can see through the kitchen. It's like an open space, and she opens this ornate uh cupboard that has like almost a spider design to it as she opens it, and she looks through the cupboard, and you can see there's different shapes of teacups, of teapots, of varying sizes, and she's uh what you would assume is like holding, like tapping her chin through the veil as she decides which one to use. And then she seems to settle on one that the teacups themselves look like flowers, uh, as well as the teapot. And she takes them all out and then closes the cabinet again. And she comes back with the tray and lays it down. Any specific tea you would like?
I'll just take an empty cup if you don't mind.
An empty cup?
Lucy pulls a bottle of whiskey out of her bag.
Ah.
She doesn't
She
like
just,
tea.
with one finger, she just pushes one cup towards you. The rest of you.
Mint, if you've got it.
Mint. She just taps a teacup and then pours some hot water into the teacup itself, and you see it's changing colors as it hits the bottom of the teacup, and then she pushes it towards you with one finger. And you?
Chamomile, if you have it.
She pushes a teacup your way that looks like a chamomile flower and pours some water into it from the teapot, and it changes color. And she'll ask Navarra as well, and she'll give her her own teacup. And she'll sit with you all, not drinking any tea or anything. May I ask what has brought you to this side of the continent?
Searching for someone's father.
Ah, did you find them?
We did. And we reunited them.
Congratulations. You're all an interesting bunch. But, bread, should you wish any.
Oh, pulls out the warm sack of soda bread. I made some here as a gift.
Thank you. It's very appreciative. I have some as well, should you wish to accompany.
Yes, by all means.
It's
Thank
really
you.
nice brioche bread.
Mm.
It's like sweet.
Nice. Oh, yummy. Thank you for hosting us tonight.
You're very welcome. Kindness here is met with kindness, and unkindness is met with unkindness.
That seems fair.
Very.
Shit, forgot soon. Stand up and go back out.
Soon says, you'll see in a minute.
10 minutes later, he comes back with soon.
So, have you been here long?
A few days,
Travel a lot?
and I feel the need to. I am needed in many places. Maybe you have need of me. It is strange that people find me and they do not have need of me.
You wouldn't happen to be able to help us get across 2 rivers, would you?
She kind of looks out the door and looks to you. I can.
Without the need to swim.
Yes.
I guess we did have need of you.
What is the bargain price?
I don't know. What does getting across the river mean to you?
It is the next phase of our journey, so a farrier's fee?
I have no need for money. But I do accept other payment another.
Like what?
Memories, stories, something meaningful to you. A trinket. What's important to you? Something of equal value. Kindness for kindness, unkindness for unkindness. Value for value.
Yes.
About an hour entertainment per hour of travel we're going to do across these rivers.
Hmm. What kind of entertainment?
Well, I know a few sea shanties.
It's been quite some time since have heard some sea shanties. That would cover your affair.
How do you feel about a nude sketch?
Of you?
Yes. Well, one of
Which
me.
which form are you taking in that one?
I'm sorry, what?
Which form are you taking in that one?
Lucy just slow blinks at her for a few minutes.
She just sits.
The one I use most often, I guess.
Does it have meaning to you? Value? I can tell if you're lying, just in case.
I mean, I like it. I don't really carry anything of value.
Doesn't have to be a physical payment, could be something else. But while you think on it, and you dear artificer,
A memory, I suppose.
a memory. What kind? One that you wish to forget, or one that you wish to keep?
I think wish to forget.
I can do that. Both as payment and as a favor to you, I suppose.
If it would not negate the water crossing, then
Oh, no. Would that be alright to do it now, then?
I would be fine with that. It's just, I'm fine with that.
Alright. She stands up and goes over to a shelf that has a small cabinet next to it, and she opens the cabinet. Um, and inside the cabinet, you're able to see different glasses and vials of different shapes and sizes filled with different liquids. Some have a red liquid that almost looks like liquid garnet. Others have a golden shimmering liquid. Others have what you would think is water is a clear liquid. Others are blue, purple. They're all quite different. But she takes an empty vial from it, and as she closes the cabinet and then steps forward and asks you to come with a little hand motion.
Stand up and follow.
Think of your memory.
He thinks of the time that he and his company was run by the ghouls and wishes to forget that fear, that memory that encapsulates and has shaped him to fear such things.
I can take away the memory. I can't take away the effects it's had. And she presses one, like the tip of a claw, to your forehead, and almost, and as you're reliving the part of this memory, it almost goes in reverse, back to the start of it, and you just, in the end, you don't see anything in that memory, and the rest of you do see as she taps his forehead and she retrieves the finger. There is a fine, thin line of I would say blue, very, very light blue energy that's almost attached to the tip of her finger as she takes it and extracts it from his head. And then she just taps the tip of the vial and corks it, puts it back into the cabinet and closes the cabinet. Your payment has been fulfilled.
Go and sit down. Scritch Soon's head.
You see her and Navarra talk, and Navarra gives her well, he sees a necklace, um, and they talk between themselves. And in the end, Alessandra gives a nod. This is enough payment. She takes it and puts it in one of the pockets of her skirts because her skirts have pockets. Um, and then, with her hands crossed in front of her again, she turns to you, Lucy. Have you given it a thought?
Lucy takes out a really banged up romance novel out of her bag. Memory if you want it, or just that. It's from the night I first actually felt truly happy.
How about this? And she taps the uh the novel itself. She kind of like gives it 3 taps with her claw, and you see this magic coalesce from the book itself, and it turns into this small orb of energy in her hand, and she looks at it, and it's almost drifting between her fingers, and then she stands up, grabs another empty potion bottle. This one's rounder, while the other one was a vial, and she slides it into there, corks it, and puts it back. Your payment is due.
For anyone else looking at the book that's on the table, it's basically a Chuck Tingle romance novel.
Yeah.
That is well worth.
Your payment has been received.
You can keep the book if you want. I've read it
It's
multiple
yours to
times.
keep.
Okay. She'll just slide it back into her bag.
Why don't we have dinner and some tea? And you look like you could use a rest. I'll cross you over tomorrow, yes?
Sounds wonderful, thank you.
Do you need lodging?
No, just point to the house outside. We have some.
Should you need anything, I do have extra rooms.
Thank you.
You'll be safe in here.
Thank you.
As uh you bring your stew, and she steps out, she steps outside for a moment to kind of work on what she was working on in this big pot. Um and so you're alone in her house for a bit, as you see her very classic witch like just stirring the spot with a big paddle, but you are left there for alone for a moment.
I'm feeling all right.
So that was awkward, right? It wasn't just me. Or it was like weird, but
It was fine. I mean,
Honestly, we've dealt with weirder.
like to live a day in your lives.
You say that, but I don't think you really understand what you're saying.
Well, it depends on the day. Hey. Uh, she's a bit of a hoarder. I see.
I think it goes with the territory.
Of what?
Living out here on your own. She doesn't really have a community. She needs to look after herself.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I've traveled this path many a times, and I've never seen her or this house.
She said she'd only been here a few days.
Maybe you didn't need her.
Well, one time I sprained the end of my tail, and maybe I could have used some help then.
Sweet babe. If only I was there, I'd kiss it and make it better.
You can still kiss it and make it better.
Hmm.
I'm gonna step outside for a bit.
Remember, the house actually has no walls other than the exterior. No, right.
I'm not ashamed.
I'm sleeping in the dome tonight.
Yeah. You step outside and you see that Alessandra's still there, and you can feel the warmth, and it's a very interesting smell from the cauldron. It's a very earthy smell. Um and you see her throw some more stuff that she takes out of her pockets. Loose stuff in her pocket. She just throws it in there and starts uh keeps stirring it.
She'll walk past her a little ways, kind of towards the water,
Mhm.
and she'll hit her sending earring. Jack, what are you wearing?
A towel.
Congratulations. I hope your shower was worth it.
I'm clean.
What have you been up to?
Um, I'm still in Loomberry. I've been just hanging around, waiting for all this to be over. The transfer of power to my mother should go into work in about a week or so. Then I'll be back at the courts, and now this little thing will be left behind. But hey,
Well, that's good.
how are you? What have you been up to?
Well, I just made friends with the witch in the woods.
There's a silence with the who and the what now.
You heard me the first time.
Which in the where are you?
In the woods.
This sounds like the beginning of a kid's horror story.
I wouldn't know. I haven't read any.
We'll work on that.
She's ferrying us across 2 rivers.
Just for to be nice.
Yes.
Just
I gave her a flower and now she likes me. How upset on a scale of 1 to 10 is Shadow so far?
I can't tell. I think they're very good at what they do. But then after we go into like the door of my place, they're just gone. I don't know where they go.
Oh, good. They're uncomfortable. Revenge is a dish best served with ugly dresses.
Do you not like them or something? Is there something I'm missing out here?
Oh. They were rude to me and I had to go to my patron to make it better, so now I'm just having a little fun in return.
All right. Well, then I'm sure you're happy with your revenge and your little witch in the woods. I'm glad you've been doing fine. Wish I could see you again.
You can meet us in the town we're going to.
I have to wait till everything's done here, but it was nice spending those few days with you.
I enjoyed them too.
Good.
See you back at court?
Yeah, see you back at court. That's it.
He's not gonna meet her in town. She'll say goodnight.
Yeah. He'll
We'll
say
throw a
goodnight.
curtain over the rest of their call.
Yeah. But as they're doing, is there anything you two are doing, talking about, other with each other or Navara?
Rollins like leaned into Navarre's coils.
Mm-hmm. They're very comfortable.
Yeah.
She kind of has you, so like she's has her arms, like she's behind you and has her arms around your shoulders.
He starts rapping a knuckle against the wood in a rhythm, and he'll sing a sea shanty for Anthony to entertain him.
He's back at work, but he nods along to the song.
Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. I got 26 on a performance, if that helps.
Nice. It is very nice.
Nice.
Your rhythm is perfect, and your voice has this nice richness to it as you sing. And you can hear it outside the cottage as you're coming, as you nearby Lucy, and uh you see Alessandra, who you was outside. She is kind of tapping her foot as you see her grab this big cup. She grabs from inside the giant pot, and she kind of throws it over the ground around the cottage.
Fancy a dance while he's singing.
Dance.
Mhm.
I haven't danced in a very long time.
Well, I dance every chance I get. Let's fix that. She'll offer her hand.
You can't see it, but there's a smile on her face as she takes your hand. A very delicate hold. It's not dainty, it's not weak, but it's very I don't know how a hold would be refined, but it is. As she takes you, and she takes part of her scrolls and gives almost like a bow, but it's playful, and she dances with you. For all that she looks like she has a very uh uh straight and high posture,
Mm-hmm.
she does dance the sea shanty very
Mm-hmm.
well.
Hey, Lucy, it's like that swinging your friend around, like
Yeah,
dancing
yeah,
like a goofball. That's Lucy
yeah.
right now.
And you hear the jingling of her jewelry on her skirt and her head. And you do eventually hear laughter from her that's very light and fills the night air. Uh, and you dance with her for a bit. Um, but as your dance subsides, she gives you another bow. You hear the jingle jangle of her skirt. That was very fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I would have taken that as payment as well, should you wish.
You can have that one on the house.
Hmm, thank you. Would you like to help me finish this?
What is it?
You just need to take one of these cups and just spread it around the house. Outside of it, in a circle.
All right.
And she kind of shows you what she does. It is just taking like a cup of whatever liquid that she has making. She's just spreading it around the house.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a few minutes, but she thanks you. And then takes the cauldron and just pushes it almost in front of the house. Uh, and kind of motions for you if you want to come back in.
She'll go.
And she'll open the door for you. But after she's done with that, you're able to have a nice meal together should you wish. She doesn't eat, she just kind of sits with you all with a teacup in hand. But unless you're staring at her the entire time, you don't really see her take a drink, but the liquid in it is diminishing. Um, but you are able to do that. And once you're done with meal and you have her bread is really good, your bread's really good, there's stew, there's the charcuterie board, why not? She brings out a
Nice.
charcuterie board.
Just like home.
Yeah. uh and she does bring out drinks, so there's wine should you wish it. Um, but is there any conversations you wish to have before you leave?
Are we still sleeping in watches tonight?
I don't think we need to.
If you're in my perimeter or in my house, you will be safe.
Is our cottage within the perimeter that she set?
Uh, just about part of it does come out of it. So you can either do the dome inside the perimeter, or you could stay at her house if you want the full protection.
Lucy's gonna eye Rollin and Navara. You know, why don't you two take the hut tonight? Or the house tonight? I'll stay with our host.
All right.
She kicks Anthony in the shin.
Okay, yes, I'll say with yes.
Separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
Please. He snores.
She she stands up, and you see her hand kind of rake across the wall, and you hear the creaking of wood as it shifts and changes. The shelves on it move. The wood moves as two doors appear.
Neat.
I hope it's to your liking.
Did you make this house yourself?
She just shrugs.
I like it.
Thank you. It likes you too.
I'm so glad I only sleep 4 hours. As he goes into his room.
As I said, you are safe. Kindness for kindness.
I think he's just uncomfortable at the thought that your house may be sentient.
Does that mean that the walls have ears? Or is it eyes? How does
Both.
that work? I'm not really into voyeurism. He'll just start mumbling to himself.
She just says both, and she gets up and starts taking plates and teacups back. And she washes out the teacups and opens that strange big cabinet full of different types of teacups and puts it back.
Lucy will help clear the table and clean.
You do that. So you see her put the teacups back. You can make, if you're looking, you can make a perception check. If you don't care, you don't have to.
My perception's so low that Yep, that's a natural one for a 2.
She just really likes tea. She's a mug collector.
she'll
Uh,
she'll probably just seeing the teacup, she'll probably start talking about the enchanted teapot and teacup set that the guy in the fucked up Fae house had and tell her that story. But she's too distracted to even notice anything.
yeah. She listens and she gives a small like chuckle. Oh, an unfriendly spirit, I assume.
No, not at all.
Well, you won't have that issue here, I assure you.
Good.
Well, it's getting dark, and you know what they say about things that go bump in the dark. So, do enjoy your rooms.
Good night.
Good night. Anthony, you're able to put part of the house is in the safe perimeter. It's just a bit of it that doesn't cover it, but you don't know if because it's part of it and if it covers it, if it's only the part that's in it. But you're able to do that. You're leaving the house to Rollin and Navarra.
Yep.
Okay, you can have that place to yourself as you two go to sleep. In the the brooms. They're very comfortable. They're made to be comfortable. The bed is very it's not too firm, it's not too soft. It's the right type of plushness for your body. Um the temperature in the room is perfect to you. There's warm lanterns inside there, and you're able to you feel comfortable physically. It is made to be comfortable to you. Are you going to be sleeping, Anthony, or are you going to be just taking a 4-hour meditation?
Just 4-hour meditation.
Okay, you do that. Uh, um, 1 second. um, as as you walk into the house for you, Rollin, you see that the house itself is actually covered in rose petals, and there's candles around the the house itself, giving it a very nice mood lighting.
Really gotta tell her that I'm allergic to roses.
Oh, you see Navarra's tail just kind of swipe a bunch of them to one side.
As she does this, he grabs her by the waist and just like hucks her into the bed. I'm kidding about the roses.
Perfect. You just hear a giggle, and we'll fade to black there. But you'll go to sleep just fine, in your comfortable settings. Anthony, you are only taking 4 hours of meditation. Are you doing anything else in the next 4 hours?
Probably working on the maze containment that he's been planning for the artifacts, but he'll take out the sword again, or the handle of the sword again, and examine that and try to figure out the runes as he's just trying to turn it over in
Are
his
you
hand a few times.
attuning to it?
To detune to something. Yeah, why not? I'll detune to my amulet of deception. And reattune to the sword.
Okay. As you're examining it, you throughout the hour or the time that you're spending with it, you feel uh, a connection form, almost as if ripped threads are kind of putting itself together one by one. Um, and you can feel like the power that this blade has. And I will, let's see, edit. Who can see this? Anthony. Save changes. Can you see that in
Let me see.
check items?
Items. Yes,
Blade
I
of
can
the
see that.
Disgraced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So can you read what's on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay. So as you attune to it, this is what this long sword, this blade of the disgrace does. It is up to you should you wish to read it out loud and share with others.
No. This is mine.
Okay. But you can go over that as you're studying and attuning to it. You start to understand how it works and what the runes are, and the sigils on it, and the power that it contains. But as the night passes and people start waking up, you do hear movement outside of your room.
I think he'll tuck the blade on the inside of his coat, or the hilts on the inside of his coat.
Yeah, it's like you put it on your waist, and you can put a coat over it should you wish.
And weird analogy, but holsters for
Yeah, the
like
gun holsters
yeah,
that go right
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's what he's gonna do with it.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
So he
Uh,
could reach and it out if needed.
Yeah, you can do that. But Lucy, towards the morning time, you do hear movement outside of your room as well. You guys, you both of you do smell food being
Mhm.
prepared. And I would say even like in the cottage, you could in your little cottage hut, yeah, Rollin and Navarre can smell that.
You smell burnt toast, love.
Mm, she's just wrapped around you.
She is the best weighted blanket.
Yeah, she's just wrapped around you.
Mm.
5 more minutes.
He'll kiss her and extricate himself, take the
Mm.
quarterstaff.
She's like, no, wait, come back. But she's too tired.
Bend over
um,
her.
but you can go to the small cottage, and there you do smell food. It smells really good, really fresh. There's eggs and bacon. I always put bacon.
Mhm.
There's fresh bread with butter. There is pastries. There is just almost anything you could think of for breakfast, for like a really good hearty breakfast. There's breakfast potatoes, there's hash browns.
Oh, thank the gods.
Anthony, as he sees Rylan come in, just kind of stuffs bacon into his mouth.
For a second there, I was a bit worried something might have been up, but breakfast is breakfast.
It's all set up on the table in the middle. You don't see Alessandra there yet, but as the food is set up, and there's orange juice, there's coffee, there's tea, whatever you may need. If about 5 to 10 minutes later, Navarra comes in and just starts piling food on her plate.
There you are.
I don't like waking up early after a night like that, so took me a moment to wake up.
Sorry, when there's strange new scents wafting about, I have to go investigate. It might be dangerous. Or breakfast.
It was breakfast.
It was breakfast.
She starts eating, and eventually Alessandra does come in, uh, enjoying your food.
It's very good, thank you.
I would respond, but water went down the wrong pipe.
Oh no.
It's wonderful, thank you.
You're very welcome. But whenever you are ready to leave, you let me know. But do please enjoy your breakfast.
Thank you.
And you see her turn back to the kitchen, and she comes back out with her own teacup, and she's sitting at the table. And this teacup's different. Uh, it has its little area underneath it where you can put a candle to keep it warm. Or like light a fire, a little candle fire. And inside it almost looks like uh spider legs coming out of the inside of the cup and over it. It's this strange black and purple porcelain cup as she sits and drinks from it.
So, aside from breakfast, we are crossing the rivers. Um, I'm sure both you and Navarro know the way, so I'm not too concerned about getting lost.
Yes, I know my way. It shouldn't take too long. Maybe about a day or so.
Sounds good.
All right. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Ready when you all
Alright.
are.
She just pats the table, and you feel a shift in the house. And outside the window, you can see the trees moving for a moment, and leaves and the sky. You realize it's not the trees moving; it's the house.
I
That's the
recall back my
house.
hut to me.
Yeah, I assume you did
Yeah.
that. And you feel the house shift and things settle. And she says a few words in a language you can't quite understand. And then you hear these really big thunderous steps coming from underneath you as the house starts moving towards the river. And she's just sitting there with her teacup.
Oh, that is neat.
Very.
This is wonderful. This is nice.
So your comfortable mode of transportation. But, Mr. Rollin, I believe you promised me sea shanties.
I do believe I said I was going to sing you sea shanties.
1 per hour, you said?
24 sea shanties it is.
They don't all have to be all together. I would like to spread out the joy throughout the day. We have quite a lovely voice.
Thank you. All right. Shall we start off with something fun? Something sad?
Only the
You'd be
fun
surprised.
ones.
We'll save the sad ones for later when we say goodbye.
He will, if it's possible, open up a window
Yes.
and he will cup his hands around his mouth and he will shout sing into the ether. Like he was actually on a ship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You do that. And as you do that, you see the house itself underneath. You see this almost like made out of like tree bark and wood, these what look to be almost like bird-like legs, but they're really big, and you see them just stepping into the river, and it's quite literally just walking across the river. And no matter how deep it gets, the house always stays about 50 feet on top of the river.
Are these roots in the shape of chicken legs?
Maybe.
Oh. Oh.
Maybe. I guess you could assume that if you're singing outside the window and you see it.
Your eyes are filled with stars.
It takes a bit to get ready to get used to the house moving, but eventually it's like the head of a chicken that it stays in place. The house stays in place as the legs move.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Uh-huh.
I forgot what it's called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Um yeah. I saw a fish. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Uh but yes, it takes you a while. Today it is a whole day's travel. If there's anything you want to do during a downtime, anything that you're researching, anything that you are wanting to work on, you're able to do it now. Um, Anthony, I would say throughout the uh, the travel, you do feel like the heavy presence of that uh, the hilt inside
Mhm.
your pocket, and you do catch what you would assume would be the stare of Alessandra, go- her gaze on you for every so often.
I'd just give her a smile and show her my work every now and then when she does that.
She looks interested in the work, and she's quite quiet. She kind of looks it over and gives a few nods and and uh, but you see her just throughout the day walking around the house doing something. And even at one point, you see her take stairs downwards.
Just kind of peek my head around. All right.
And then she comes back up with things, ingredients in her hands that she goes to uh, almost like a workbench. She is working with what seems different types of organic life, mushrooms and leaves and flowers and berries. and you see this actually quite scientific looking setup uh on her desk with different beakers and flames on there as she works through. But I would say Navara just kind of she's just happy to not have to do anything. uh and she just spends the day just listening to Rollin sing or hanging out with you guys. She actually just takes out a knife and wood starts whittling. But unless there's anything you wish to ask, to see, or perceive, you're able to make this way through. And at one point, uh, if you're still if you're still making singing your shanties out of the window, she will ask you to close it while we pass. She looks to you and closes the window and says, "Just for now. The siren songs are much more alluring than yours, dear. And I do not wish to lose you by having you jump out a window."
All right. That sounds great, actually. I was getting a bit parched.
Water. There's
Thank
water
you.
on the table already set up.
Thank you.
And even with the windows closed, you can hear this very haunting echoing uh song, this chorus. You're not sure if it's just harmonizing or if it's words. Uh but it you feel it trying to penetrate some sort of a barrier in your mind and a sort of magic take over you, but it never takes hold. But so for the first time ever, maybe for the first time in your lives and maybe ever, you're able to listen to a siren song without being charmed, and you can appreciate the beauty of it.
Just in case, Rollin wraps Navarre's tail around his waist and then just like puts an arm around.
Oh,
I'll be right here.
oh, okay. You're not going to hear me complaining, she says as she puts an arm around you. Um, but you are
Soon we'll
able.
actually record the siren song for later use.
Can. It is almost a distant recording whenever you hear back to it. It's like you recorded something that was off in the distance, but you were able to still appreciate part of it. I will uh put a video in our Discord chat for the group and the viewers of my rendition of what a siren song sounds like. But as you spend your day in Alessandra's strange moving cottage, she makes her way over to uh the cottage itself, moves its way through the jungle. You'd think it would leave a trail of broken trees, but it very carefully steps through them. And as you see the world pass by you, and the morning turn to noon, and the noon turn to dusk, and the dusk turn to night. Um, she eventually settles you uh, at the end of the river, right? She asks you where you want to be left off. At the delta, do you want to go through the river?
I think we want to go through, but
On the other side of the bank, if you can.
Can do. Uh, and within the hour or so, because these are really large steps, the 6 miles go by like nothing. So maybe within 20, 30 minutes. Um, and you are at the other side of the the river, of the other side of the other bank side, and you feel the house shift and then settle down, and it's just there as if it was always been there. This is where I leave you three off. I have to take your little friend here back, and she boops Navarre's nose.
Rollin's a little sad.
Yeah. We can take. I know we're at time, but we can take a minute or two for goodbyes. I don't want to rush that. But in as you're preparing, she hands you something. Uh, it is a what she was whittling. It's a little snake carved out of wood. It's actually very, very delicate, very pretty.
And you anything?
He gave me a good time, a fun time.
Uh, he'll go to his belt and pull out like a small compass. It also tells the time.
Oh,
And there is inside of it. It's a family photo of baby Rollin and his mom
oh,
and dad.
it's so cute. I can't take this. This is yours.
Well, I'll come back for it.
You see, like a big smile appear on her face. Well, okay. Will you write to me? Yes,
Every chance I get.
I'll write to you as well. I'm sure Jania has lots of medical stuff to send you to, but that's not important.
Expect a crate sometime in the future,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. But she actually gives you a very, very sweet, tight hug and gives you a very, very sweet kiss. And as my cat gets into a box that's still full, Alessandra will say goodbye to the three of you and look you over with what you would think is an interesting gaze. You can feel her gaze on you uh, and say, well, it's been a pleasure traveling with the three of you. You certainly are interesting people.
Interesting people keep interesting company. So likewise to you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll see you again should you ever have need of me.
I look forward to it.
As do I.
Lucy will say her goodbyes and then head out.
Hmm. She'll say her goodbyes and she opens the door for you three. Good luck on your adventures.
Thank you. As I step out, snap my fingers, and Freya returns to my side.
Mhm. And you see as the door closes, you see both Navara and her in the porch because they're still there, just waving goodbye as you three leave. And with that, we'll close out this session. And we'll be back next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel.
I
But
don't believe we will. I believe we will not have RJ next week, correct?
I'm not here
we
next
will
week.
be
Yep.
back in 2 weeks, same bat times and bat channel to figure out where these adventures are going and if they will indeed rob a bank. But with that, we'll do quick little outros. Hi, my name's Sin. I do the thing here with these people. But it doesn't matter about me. What does matter is a foundation that I really like called the Loveland Foundation. The Loveland Foundation is a therapy fund, and they work with different companies like Therapy for Black Girls, National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talkspace, and the Open Path Collective to create this fund that provides high quality and culturally competent services to Black women and girls. So this is gives them free mental health services to them, and I think we all know how important that is and how much is needed. So if you would like to donate to that, the link is in the chat. Thanks to our awesome host. And with that, we'll do the same order. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I support the Bail Project. It is a nonprofit organization focusing on combating mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system. They want to restore the presumption of innocence, reunite families, challenge a system that criminalizes race and poverty. They are on a mission to end the cash bail system and create more just, equitable, and humane pretrial systems.
Mhm. Thanks for that. And next, RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'll be championing the Black Visions Collective, which is a black, trans, and queer-led organization that is committed to dismantling systems of oppression and violence. Hey y'all, don't mistake terrorism for patriotism. The world's really messed up right now, but we can overcome it together.
Thank you for that very important message, RJ. And last but certainly not least, Sarah.
Hey y'all. Oh gosh, I just lost my button. There's RJ's link. There's my link. Okay. Buttons. I pressed them. Hey, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. One of my favorite charities is the Trevor Project. They provide crisis support and counseling for LGBTQIA plus youth, also known as the Alphabet Mafia, of which a few of us on this channel are members. If this is your first time here, this is a charity channel. If you haven't gotten that message yet, I take no financial income from this channel, so all of your bits and subs go directly to charity when Twitch decides to give me a payout. You're always welcome to make a $5 to $10 donation to any of the charities that we mention on this channel, and screenshot and at me on Twitter at the Hype Goblin with a link, and you get to make an NPC with our lovely DM that appears in our game and is
there might
important
be
to the
one
story.
coming in soon next session.
Ooh, that's gonna
from
be
someone who donated.
That's gonna be really exciting. But yeah, anyways, like RJ said, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world. Keep doing the good stuff. Also, on Tuesday, it's our DM's birthday, and we have a final happy birthday that needs to be sung to her still.
Is it the dirge?
It's Jen's
I'll do
turn.
it.
Oh, okay.
I redeemed it. Jen, sing me happy birthday or mute it.
So, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, nobody can deny. Happy birthday.
Yay! Thank you. I'm a whole quarter old. Soon. Not today, but soon.
I'm gonna go find a quarter
thank
and
you.
mail it to you.
Thank you. I need it. I need everything I can get. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Thank you to these amazing players for playing with me and putting up with my bullshit. But nothing here could be possible without these players and without you guys. So thank you so much for enjoying our fun and having fun with us. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Bye.
And as always, remember, hydrate with water. With water. Eat a healthy snack. Tell someone you love them. And if you haven't already, go take your damn meds. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.